Hockey with an Accent is presented by Molson. Finally! He scored 50! He scored 50! Yes! Clean 52. Wow. This guy was patient enough not to score in an empty net. He scored 50. We're part of history, guys. I'm with Sergio Momesso, Mathieu Dandenault, Pascal Leclaire.
Hello.
Leclaire. I'm so happy tonight, guys. Like, what a game. Fights. 50 goals, 30 for Slav, big win, 2-1 at home, home ice in the playoffs so far. Sergio, perfect night, and it is.
Oh yes,
it is Negroni Thursdays.
That's a good night for that. Huh?
Thanks
Cheers,
to the
guys.
peach. The peach made he makes the drinks.
They look good.
Thank you,
Thank you very
peach.
much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Salute.
Salute. But Sergio,
Grazie.
can be better than this.
That's a playoff game. There's no question. I mean, anybody who was at that building tonight felt the crowd, and everyone was waiting for that goal, and it looked like it was going to be 1-0 for a while. But you're right; it had everything. He scores the 50th. The dad's out there in the stands crying. I mean,
Beautiful.
The crowd's going crazy. My phone is blowing up. All my friends that watch the games, I mean, they're all excited, and this city's excited. You know, it was finally a warm day today. There was some sun out there. It feels like playoff weather, and that was a playoff game, and it was great. You called it. It had fights. It had everything after the whistle. You know, it went right to the edge. The referees didn't know. At one point, the ref said, "All those guys are in the box," and he didn't even know the numbers anymore. It was kind of
Old
funny.
school.
It was old school. I thought he was going to take out the pen and pad out there and to start writing down the numbers. But all joking aside, I mean, it was just one of those games where they battled and they made a statement that if we're playing against each other, this is the way it's going to be. So can't wait.
Yeah, they can play. I enjoyed the chaos. I mean, all of us, it brought us back memory, huh? Like to play in the playoffs. That's what it's like. So it felt we were all engaged. Everybody was in it. The whole team. I mean, played well. I mean, you managed to win that type of game. It's impressive, and I just enjoyed the grit and the team toughness. I mean, we saw a bit of everything there, and the milestones are done. That's in the past now, so we enjoy it tonight. But what a game, what a team, the coaching staff.
We became a team tonight.
Became a team.
They were before,
also,
but
absolutely. So really enjoyed that one, and that's why I mean, if you want to show a game to anybody that's not really a fan, you show that game, that type of game. It has everything. That's what's great about hockey.
Yeah, no, that was awesome, and it was a huge test for them. And I think that I like that you say like they became a team tonight. Like. It's something that they haven't seen a whole lot, that kind of atmosphere, like that really kind of playoff, like in your face, and they responded really well with it. I thought that nobody backed down tonight. I thought it was really, really good. Like the top guys, you saw guys even like weren't used to fight, but they were in the scrums. They were getting their guys. The big guys that got pushed. Obviously Cole Caufield. I think it's such a good news. What a great hey, it's Montreal Canadiens, the biggest show in town right now. It's unbelievable. What a night. You got Slav with his 30th goal. Suzuki had a couple more points. Dobesh was good when he had two. He had a bit of everything. It's just the atmosphere, the physicality of it. I like that they went after Kucherov a bit. You know, they're the kind of, you could really see that was a good prep towards the playoff. It looks like there's a good chance that they're going to play each other, and since Buffalo won again tonight against Buffalo against Columbus 5-0, so really, really excited. That was a fun game to watch.
You know what? Like, I'm wondering what is Tampa thinking. Like, I feel like that's a new thing they've been doing for 2 years now. They won Stanley Cup. This is not all they won.
Yeah.
You know, like they were a tough team to play against, but now I feel like they're out of control. There's no discipline in their game, and when it doesn't go their way, they're just jumping people. And I feel like tonight they burned themselves playing that way.
Yeah, but at the same time, they lost to a Florida team that was doing exactly that to them.
Yeah,
and that's the
you're
thing.
right.
So and then they won the cup. So then they
right.
became, we have to be a more of a Florida Panthers type of team, and they tried to, to start shit up. But at the same time, the Canadiens can back it up. They can. I mean, having Xhekaj and having Anderson and Struble and those guys, I mean, the team toughness, even Slav at one time was wrestling out there.
Yeah.
Even Veleno
behind
the ref was in there. But it was a team thing, and truly the guys stand up for each other, and that's what matters. Everybody's accountable. And I think that's when a good team becomes a really good team.
Little tip from a shit disturber. When you see things like Corey Perry going after Hudson, guys, next shift, just go after Kucherov nonstop.
Exactly.
It's that simple. You don't go after their tough guys. They touch your best guy. Just be so annoying on Kucherov every single shift. Yep. If they play against them in the playoff, starting in warm-up, Xhekaj, Anderson, talk to Kucherov the whole warm-up. I will be all over you. It will be nonstop, and every single whistle, go see Kucherov. Don't even talk to Perry.
Yeah,
this is all it's a chess game, right? In the playoff.
What you have to expect it too, because you could see how he was building his game, and as more it was tighter and it was more physical. Like Perry was getting even more comfortable. That's what he wants. And you could even see him on the power play late in the period. In the third period, like you could see, you start his shift, he's about a foot in front of Dobesh, and as it goes, he just backs down, then he's on the red line, then his ass is on Dobesh, and then there's like chaos in front of the net. He's he's been doing it for 20 years and been really effective at it for 20 years. I thought it was good. They responded well. But again, that's a good point that Dandy does. Like, I think Tampa Bay was expecting to meet Florida at some point in the playoff this year. That's why they built. But they're comfortable in that game too. Their penalty kill is really good, and you could see before Slav scored, obviously a big goal with a minute left. They were getting a certain kind of momentum. They're comfortable playing these games.
Yeah, you're right.
I just want to say, I think this is a game where you learn as a team. This is how you're going to win in the playoffs. This is a type of game that you have to win. This is how you have to play. I'm not saying there's going to be that many fights or whatever, but it was a statement game. They did it down in Tampa, and they said tonight was really let's show them again that we can beat them more than once. You're right. And even though that Vasilevsky played well,
he was very good.
It was 1-0 for the whole, pretty much the whole game, and you're going to have to win those 1-0, 2-1 games in the playoffs. You have to win those games. Both goalies were good. Special teams, both teams didn't score on the power play.
Yeah.
You learn a lot from these games, and that's what it takes to win in the playoffs. Not just one game, but then a whole series, and so that was a good thing for the team tonight.
I think they were really good 5-on-5.
Yeah, they played well.
Obviously on the power play they didn't click, but you're talking about Vasilevsky. Like, he had his best save when the game was 5-on-5, not on the power play, which is pretty surprising because Montreal had 7 of them, which is, I'm sure we'll talk about it later. But at least that's a good thing that they're playing against a team that's really tight, really physical, and their best chances came on the 5-on-5. So that's a good sign.
We were so proud of Cole Caufield's 50th, and it was a clean one because he was going for a clean one. So everyone in the chat is asking me, where can I get this T-shirt? We're going to put the link on our social media in the chat, obviously. Clean 50. We all think it's special. Little something. We know a lot of people are big fans, obviously, of the Canadiens, but Cole Caufield scoring 50. Look at these guys.
Hey!
We got models here. These guys are real models. Shoe models.
Shoe models.
Yes.
But we're pumped as well. For a moment, we were super fans, and we were cheering, obviously, just like you guys. But let's go to our 4 aces of the night. Dandy, let's start with obviously your ace of the night. Makes sense.
The easy one. Yeah, Cole Caufield, the big 50, the clean 50. I think it's great. I mean, the pressure was on, obviously. That's all what the whole city's talking about. And obviously playing teams that are out of the playoff, that are playing spoilers, you concentrate more on him getting the 50. And you saw the team trying to feed him the puck all the time, and it got difficult, and it becomes a burden. And the team didn't play all that well. But now this was a playoff type of team, type of game, and everybody showed up, and it didn't matter how it was going to happen. But Suzuki made a nice pass to him, but what a shot. I mean, that's his go-to. I mean, that quick release is scary. And Vasilevsky, I think, overplayed him a bit. And but what a shot! And so just to get everything done and Slav getting his goal and everything, I think now you can really focus on the playoffs ahead and what the matchup is going to be. But my big ace, Cole Caufield, it's done. Having the family there,
Finally.
having the prime minister there too.
A lot of people there.
Yeah, a lot of
tonight,
people.
But talk
what
to
a
me
game.
about Vasilevsky on that
Yeah.
play. Like, I feel like you're facing a guy right there coming down the wing, going to score his 50th. Do you think he was playing that well, or?
Well, you overslide a little bit, but it's hard for a goalie because, like Suzuki, there's not a lot of guys that is able to make that pass too. So that's a kind of a quick play. And Cole Caufield's a righty, right? And there's not a lot of space between the pass and the shooter. So as a goalie, and they're getting kind of close to the net, like your first reflex is like you have to make a decision. Can I stay on my feet to make that slide, or I just slide like Vasilevsky did? And the danger with it is like it's okay because most of the guys, it's a good gamble by Vasilevsky because most of the guys in the league in that kind of position, sometimes you don't realize who's coming at you. You just kind of react to the play. Most of the guys are righty with a tight space will shoot on your right side and really often top corner. And Caufield was a really good shot selection because he went against the grain, which is really, really hard for a goalie. And you have to be in a great position. And Vasilevsky wasn't in that great of a position because he gambled that the Caufield was going to go right because it happened so quick.
For a goal scorer's goal.
For a goal scorer goal. It's a great shot. And Vasilevsky, though, had a good night against Caufield, like, especially in the first period. Like Caufield had a couple good looks on the power play. I think I like that line tonight. Like, they were creating more offense, like more straight attacks. They look more like themselves than comparing to what we saw the last few games when they're trying to push the puck towards Caufield.
I think we're so focused on how big of a moment it is to score 50 goals that we forget how good they were tonight. Caufield was skating well, was playing well defensively, was all over the place, and it was an easy game. Like, they were targets, like after whistle stuff. Like, this is not their games, but they stayed focused. Sergio, right? They played the right way.
Yeah, and Nick Suzuki said it after last game. He said we weren't good at all, and he admitted it. I was bad, and he says I'm going to be better against Tampa. He knew what this game meant, and they realized that they weren't good enough, and they definitely showed it tonight. That they led the team, they led the way on how they played, and they've been leading all year long. And when the leaders go, everyone else has to follow, and they did.
It has to be one of the best games they played this year. When you look at everything
Overall,
like, overall, like the way with the pressure, with the standing, that they didn't give up a whole lot defensively.
18 shots.
18 shots against
That's
Tampa
it.
Bay. It's
Yeah.
not like you're playing against Chicago or Vancouver right now.
Yeah.
Like, that's a team that's pushing for first place too.
Yeah.
So that game meant something for them as well. So
They get the 2 goals in a
group
2-1
effort.
game. They get the 2 goals in the 2-1 game.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm happy too. Like, it's over now. Like, the 50 goal is over. Now they can focus, and it can be like a distraction.
For
like
sure.
I know it's a positive moment to score 50, but everyone was trying to pass to him. We talk about it the last few games. Then let's just imagine he scored but let's say he scored 49. You're going into the playoff. It's the story. He didn't reach the 50. Instead of focusing on the next round and let's try to win the Stanley Cup, it would have been the subject at the beginning of the playoffs for sure. Now the next step is Suzuki for 100 points. He's at 98. If
you're right.
My stats are right. He's at 98 points. So that's the next step for them. But this team tonight looks ready for playoffs, and they look ready to play anyone.
They look ready to play, and hopefully they start at home. And that's their goal now for the next 3 games. So they made a good point of that tonight.
I think they managed the puck real well tonight. Neutral zone. They didn't give up that much, and I think the chances, they had a couple giveaways in their zone, Madison at one time. But other than that, they didn't give all that much, and that's what's impressive. At the end, it's a 6-on-5. There's always somebody open. Wish somebody could have been stepped up on Radish, but at the same time, I think you got to give him props. Dobesh played great. Like, he's
another
solid.
win.
Yeah,
It's another big
I
win.
mean, when they start rattling into the zone, and if he catches that puck, he stops the play. It doesn't give any momentum to the other team. So I think everybody's playing right. I like what Martin St. Louis did also. He started the third with Anderson on the ice with Kapanen he started second line, so they went up with Demidov. So Anderson's there, Xhekaj is there to start the third. You guys want to start shit?
Peekaboo!
Exactly. You're not going to start shit in the third. So I think that's a smart play by Martin St. Louis. So I think everybody's engaged, everybody was in it, and everybody pressed the right buttons for a big win.
No, you're right. And one thing I like is we don't realize it now, but at the end of the season, how big that goal was at the end. You know, because if Tampa gets 1 point tonight, let's say we win in OT, we're still like pretty tight for the home ice situation. Now there's
because they can't tie, right?
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Like
right.
as they have the advantage, Tampa. So now we've got one more win, and there's 3 games left. So it's gonna be a big end of the season. Who's your ace tonight, Sergio?
Well, my ace is going to be Arber Xhekaj. You know, he was in the lineup. He was fantastic. The fact that he was there, but he played well and got involved. Obviously, was right there going after players. Him and Anderson were the 1-2 punch for this type of game, and it just shows that you need those guys in these type of games. And he's just got to go up to a certain point. Like he got a little bit over zealous with Perry on one play. And that's Perry's job. Perry's not gonna fight Xhekaj. He's not gonna want to anyway, unless the score gets out of hand and then Arber just takes him and starts giving it to him. But with tight games, Perry, that's his job, to get under your skin. And you saw he's gonna go after Hudson, and then he wants Xhekaj to come after him and take a penalty. And in these 1-goal games in the playoffs, that power play can make the difference. So if he just plays the same way, but doesn't go overboard to take those penalties, those unnecessary penalties. You're going to take penalties. Yeah. But if you're going to take, like hammer somebody in the middle of the ice or in front of the net, like take a real penalty. We always used to say that. If you're going to take a penalty, make it a good one. Not the stuff after the whistle that really doesn't mean anything. All that stuff, you just have to be able to take it. And they're going to go after Xhekaj. They're going to try to have him take bad penalties. So he's got to work on that. But the way he played tonight, he had 4 hits. He was involved, and he definitely gives a lot of room to his players, and definitely he's got to be there in the playoffs. Max, you said
But you know what, Sergio?
Yeah.
This is going to be the hot take of the night. Presented by Molson. Molson, the official beer of the Montreal Canadiens, proud partner and fan everyone in. Xhekaj needs to start Game 1 of the playoffs. With what you've seen tonight, and we're probably going to play Tampa, what you just mentioned.
Yep.
You know, like he was hitting. He was good for the team. Dendy, you talk about the message at the beginning of the third period. Xhekaj, Anderson. It's something to have Anderson. It's something else to have both of them in the lineup. I'm ready to live with Xhekaj's mistakes once in a while and him losing coverage once in a while to add up some toughness in the lineup.
Yeah, and you know what? That's another important thing about getting the home ice is that you get the last change. And, you get to put them out there against the third and fourth line, against guys that you want, not as much as when you get on the road. So, that's an advantage of getting that home ice for those situations as well.
I think the message to Xhekaj would be just, be aggressive, but not reckless. But you can have that edge. And I think he played well tonight. He's able to close that gap. He's able to get physical. It's just at the end of his hit, sometimes he likes to throw that little extra scrum or punch. But just don't be reckless. But I think he can really help this hockey team. And there's no shit that happens after. Because if he's not in the lineup, you would have seen more fights. You would have seen more hits by Tampa Bay. But I think he really goes down on the guys and on the other team, and they don't want to face him. Nobody wants to face a guy like that. So they know, so they kept their cool a bit.
Yeah, just look at it when Perry was trying to bug Lane Hudson in the second period. Like at some point, like they come back to the bench and Xhekaj is at the end of the bench and he's talking to Perry. He just keeps everybody honest. Yep. And you look at it like it's only 8:45 tonight, like for ice time. But he had a huge impact in those 8:45. And he closed the gap like a couple of times on point in the third period. Like he can skate. Like for a big guy, sometimes when he gets involved in the game, then he's playing well with confidence. Like he's not that bad of a skater for a big guy. So no, as long as he keeps it clean and he keeps it like simple. And in the playoff too, they're gonna tolerate a little more too.
Sure.
So like that little extra maybe like
Sure.
hit after a hit, or the little extra slash, as long as it's not like stupid, like I think they're gonna tolerate it. But I agree with you, Sergio. I think like having the last change and in those important games, if you're gonna have home ice advantage, that's where you can really kind of put him in the right places to have an impact.
All he needs to do is to manage the score and the time like of the game, right? Like he's a tough customer. Like if it's 1-1, don't go and face wash Corey Perry. If it's 3-0, send a message for the next game. Like cross check one guy. It's like they're gonna be okay with this in the playoffs. You remember when we had Weber, Sherratt, Edmondson? Like in the playoffs, you're allowed to take care of the other player's spine in front of the net. Like Xhekaj, like if like for him, it's all about focusing on being under control, like you said, not being reckless. He knows how to skate. He's got a good shot. He's smart. He needs to prove the other team, like, you know what, guys, you're not going to win at my own game. Like he needs to be disciplined.
And a big difference is that tonight they wouldn't do much, but in the playoffs they'll go after him because they know. And that's the one thing Marty St. Louis and all the coaches will tell him. I mean, they'll try to bait him in to a penalty for sure in the playoffs. Not tonight, because tonight he could have fought anybody and nothing happens. But in the playoffs, they'll try to go after him just to get him off his game or throw that extra punch and stuff like that. So he's got to be cool, he's got to be calm. But just having his presence there makes a huge difference. He can sit on the bench. They know he's still on the bench. Yep. So if shit happens, he's there. So, but they'll try to go after him. But I think if he keeps his cool, he can play a good game.
And that's a good point. You know, if a game gets out of control in a playoff, because you know you're not going to win every single game. Some nights it's not going to go your way. And you know how Tampa Bay likes to do it. Like it looks like we're going to play them. Like the end of the games might take an extra 10-15 minutes because there's going to be a lot of yapping. There's going to be a lot of what we saw tonight. They're going to go for it, and that's how important as a guy like Xhekaj in the lineup, because he can put it on the ice. No, but you know what? At least that was a good test for him, and he showed up well. He did well. I think for the coaching staff, that sends them a message. Okay, like this guy, we can use him in the playoff.
Yep. My friend Mike, the pigeon, just texted me. He said one thing, like a good point, like, and he's right.
Who's Mike the pigeon?
They need to score though on the power play. If these guys like Henderson and Xhekaj can do their job, because like I don't want to take anything away from the game tonight, but maybe one more goal on the PP, so Sergio would have helped, like for the entering the playoff against Tampa. Like they want to play that game perfect. We might take a few stupid penalties once in a while on the other side, but we will score. We will score right away. So I feel like you played that game. Like when you play a tough game, but you know your PK and your PP are going to do the job, it changes everything.
Well, absolutely. We talked about the team that Matthew played for a while. Can't mention the name.
Can't say the name.
But they would punish you if you did those stupid things. And I remember playing for the Canadiens. We would play the Oilers, let's say, and during the season, and we couldn't allow them to get on the power play. They would just burn you. You wanted to play tough, but you just had to really be careful about going over the line. And it'll be more. Tonight was a little bit of a game before the playoffs, but it was for home ice for the most part, and also to show that we can compete against you. Both teams were right in there, but that'll be definitely talked about before the games start in the playoffs, and everyone knows that. Maybe it'll just be 2 power plays per side, and that one goal will be the difference. So definitely they're going to have to shoot a little bit sometimes from the point. I was talking to Max. The one thing they don't have on the power play is that shot from the point. And sometimes you just got to get it there, and then it scrambles the other team a little bit. I know they want those one-timers to go across to Demidoff and obviously to Caufield, and then they worked it down low. I thought Tampa, they really played tight down low. And sometimes I think they just have to let a shot go from the point to get them running around a bit.
It's a good point you're bringing up. And I feel like at the beginning of the year, because we talk so much about Hudson's shot last season, I felt like he was shooting the puck a little more from the point on the power play. Wrist shot doesn't need to be hard, but like you said, it breaks your coverage. Because as a
you played PK.
That was my role. When there's a shot, you need to turn your full body and look at the net, and this is when you lose your coverage and your passing lanes and your stick is not at the right place. Just that extra second that your attention is not focused on your job. Basically, I just feel like he needs to shoot more. Doesn't matter. You're not supposed to shoot to score, and even for a goaltender, Pascal, I feel like just that lazy floaters coming in with a screen, it changes everything.
It changes everything because it's going to sound weird, but it's harder to control a rebound on a soft shot than a hard shot. Because on a hard shot coming like from the point or a clean thing, like it's easier to send them in the corners because there's velocity on it. So it just takes the angle of where you want to send it. Like sometimes when it's kind of bubbly or it gets to the net, you don't see it, or you see it late. It's harder to control your rebound. And most of the time, what's going to happen is the puck's going to end up in front of you, or it's going to bubble off you, and then you have to scramble. And like everybody kind of gets in a bit of a panic mode that you have to fight for sticks. It creates chaos. So it is a good option, and it kind of keeps you guessing too, because you know when like teams that always set up. And you're always waiting for option number 1, number 2, the crossover. Everybody's expecting for it. And I thought Tampa Bay did a really good job tonight on Montreal, though. Like we have to give them kudos that they were really, really tight in the slot, cutting passes. Because those one-timers, like you could see across for Demidov or Caufield, they were not really available. They gave the shot the low net, let's say, to Caufield because Vasilevsky is a big guy, so he's able to cover like that top of the net where Caufield likes to come in and hit like top short side. So top fromage. And they were good on entries too. I thought they were like waiting for them pretty well. So it was not always a great setup for Montreal to actually take their time and set up as well.
Like when you play a team this late in the season, you might have plays you want to use in the playoff and you won't use them tonight. Like I've seen this with a lot of teams. Like you practice plays that you're not showing all season.
Yeah.
So there's the surprise effect at the beginning. Like I would not be surprised if game 1 of the playoffs, Caufield is on the other side. You remember when he was coming with speed and momentum and shooting from his like right side, the left side of the goaltender. I feel like we might see him there a little bit at the beginning of the first round.
But when's the last time when is the last time they scored a power play goal?
I think they have 2 goals in their last 20 attempts.
Yeah, it's been a
before
while,
today, they were like two for the last 7. They were 2 for the last 17 before tonight. So it's 2 in the last 21. So that's something we have to look.
To go back to what you were saying about that big heavy shot, I remember myself as a defenseman. I played the PK a lot. If it was a wrist shot, let's say I'm with Sergio in front of the net. If it was a wrist shot, I'd go up and block it. If it's a slapper, I'm just trying to veer him off, and that was the thing. So I enjoyed the little shots just to take.
I got a question. When you said in front of the net with Sergio, why was he laughing? And he did this. He did this movement. He went.
He gave me the forearm shiver. But the rule of thumb, that was it for me. It was like if the puck is coming, then I'm jumping up and trying to block the play. If it's a wrister, but now what? Like I know the Canadiens are doing well on the PK, but it drives me nuts that net drive.
The way they play it.
They just give a one-on-one, just come on in against one-on-one versus Dobesh, like just a player against them. And even at the end, it was 2 Tampa Bay guys, 2-on-0 in front of Dobesh. Like they rather pressure the guys up high than the 2 guys that are the most dangerous. And it might burn them. Like I don't like it. I don't enjoy that PK for the Canadiens, but they still killed it off.
Demidov was the guy that scored.
Yeah, last game. Demidov one-timer. The hot take of the week was presented by Molson. Who was your ace tonight, Pascal?
Josh Anderson.
Hey!
That's good.
And
Say it again. Who was it?
Josh Anderson. And I called it early, and he kept playing well, and then I think he set the tone for the whole game. He had the first hit on the forecheck, and obviously then after that he went after Kucherov. That was the main guy. That's what I like. I think he was prepared. He knew his role. He knew he had to go and try to bother Kucherov. And Kucherov's a feisty guy. He's a guy, too, that can get mad and not give up, but he's going to get grumpy. He'll get grumpy. Yeah, like Draisaitl in Edmonton has the same kind of demeanor. They get grumpy. So I like that. It bothered them. You could see Kucherov slashing him. So that was good. In the second period, he went at it against Kucherov on a good hit. Then he had to fight Carly. So, no, I thought he really set the tone. He was he only played, in the 12 minutes, obviously because of a lot of the power plays. But had a huge impact on the game to me. And we were talking about Anderson, and we were expecting him to have a big game last game in a game like that he needs to show up and he needs like to bring everybody in the fight with him. It was really, really effective tonight.
That's why I think like you cannot be just on the fourth line in the playoffs. He needs some ice time.
He needs some, yeah.
Like to have an impact on the game. Like I feel like he's so important, Sergio. Like he's big, he's skating, he's tough, and you see the difference. Like I've seen guys that are playing away in the season and way different in the playoffs, but I feel like his level difference is so big. What a difference, like the way he plays at the end of the season compared to just the first 75 games.
Yeah, because you know what, during the season they're not all like this, obviously, so there's different type of games that play and a little bit more wide open and a lot of passing and a little more skill and just a different type of game. Now this is the games. I always felt that playoff, that was my time. Like if I had some up and downs during the season, but this is the time where hey, it's there's not many games and you're out if you don't play well. And I knew that the team needed guys like me to get in there and stand up for them and play that way, and I enjoyed it. I really did.
And you can score also.
Yeah,
it's a luxury.
And to help, yes. And obviously, being in front of the net, going back to the power play, I was in front of the net, and my job was anytime we went back to the point, I was in front of the goalie, just like Perry was in front of the net there. And my job, even if a shot came in, sometimes there's two guys trying to get me out of there while I'm hacking away. I might not score, but somebody else is going to come in there and pick it up and maybe score from there. And then the play kind of opens up from there. But, Josh is, we know like it's another great pick because we saw him in the playoffs last year. He's like our Tom Wilson sort of thing, with not the same potential to score goals like him. But
you know what the difference is?
We need him.
With Tom Wilson, he does it every night.
Yeah.
He does it from game one too. He's a factor. Josh Anderson kind of goes up and down. Like he's a bit of missing in action sometime on some nights. But
he
on
won't
the playoff,
be,
not for the playoffs.
In the playoff, he's very effective. And tonight was another
I don't want to waste
good example of it.
I don't want to waste his minutes though. You know what I mean? Like I feel like he needs to be on the checking line. If it's, for example, is Dandenault or Evans, they're playing against Kucherov, you need Anderson on the wing because you want him to hit Kucherov. I don't want him to hit Sabourin on the fourth line. Like these hits don't matter.
And Kucherov, the last guy he wants to see is Anderson going head to head against him. He hates him already. You saw the slashing and the cross check between the two, and Anderson will just go at him and try to eat him alive the whole time. And that's going to throw Kucherov off his game a bit too, that's for sure, because still you got to keep his head up. And if there's a game that gets out of hand at the end, Anderson's going to go at him. He's going to muck him. He's going to try to bury him. And that's what that third line is all about. It's not just having a Suzuki. It's having an Anderson and just being chippy and slashing and be in his face the whole time. He said, I'm going to be there every minute of the whole series. You're going to see my face all the time, so get used to it, pal, because I'm going to do it the whole series.
You're sounding like Max.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah. I love it. You're ready.
Are you
get in there?
Are you me?
I want to play.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, but
You're my hero.
That was weird. But he played with Evans tonight. I think that's the combo that we talked about it last 2 nights ago about like when we're doing our lineup for the playoff. I think these two guys have to be together. Like, because Evans, you see at the end of the game, like you put Evans, Marty St. Louis really trust him defensively. And you're talking about a checking line, but Evans gonna be on it ahead of Dandenault because he's got more speed. I think Anderson with the history they have together has to be on that line as well.
Anderson is good on the PK too.
Yep.
Like I feel like he skates well. He needs to be under control. Sometimes he's cheating a little bit. He's trying to get away with the puck, but that's I'm sure in the playoff the focus will be different. My ace tonight is obviously I could have picked so many players because it was a great game. I think Dobesh could have been one of them because he played a good game as well.
Yeah, he was good in the third.
But I went with a guy that improved his game a lot in the last 2 games, and I feel like as a team, we need him to play a little better is Dandenault. I felt like tonight he was skating better. I felt like tonight he was last game he was playing better as well. It's not enough to just take faceoffs anymore. Like at this time of the year, he's a veteran. He went to the Cup final in 2020. Like he's supposed to contribute a little bit offensively. I just felt like he's playoff ready. I was talking about the team being playoff ready. He improved this game. And Sergio, like if we want to at least win one round in the playoffs, you need a veteran like Dandenault to step up his game. And I think he's going the right direction right now. Just a little concern for me is the winger on the right side with Kirby Dach. I feel like we could improve this line, but we're going to have a debate after this. Who do you want with Dandenault? Do you want Gallagher or Dach?
It's tough because Dach didn't show much tonight, and it's disappointing because these games for him is also to show that he's ready to go. But I like the fact that Dandenault, you're right. The last couple of games, he's had more jump, got a few points there. The game before, he played well against Florida. He was involved tonight. They need those veteran guys to not just to, like you mentioned, just play defensively. They get some, maybe some important goals and help the team offensively as well. So I was not happy with Dach, that's for sure. I didn't think he did much tonight.
You're right. I enjoyed Dandenault's game, last 2 games for sure. I think he has a spot in the opening night roster for the playoffs. Also, Dach, I think Dandenault negated a lot of defensively. He was sharp. Like, he came back. He had some good defensive plays. He's got sometimes some good offensive skills, especially last game. But the Dach factor, I didn't enjoy it. I know.
I did not enjoy it.
No. And I know that
he's got to win some battles in the corner. Like, it's okay. We know he can fly down the wing, but he's
got to play angry.
You got to get the big man angry.
He does flybys. He reaches in.
Yeah.
I know he's got a long reach, but you know what? When you get in the corner, shorten your stick. Like, get your hands down lower in the middle of your blade and get your body down and bend down a bit. I know you're tall, because if you're up and you're that tall and you just have your hands up high and you're trying to dig it out of the corner, well, someone in the corner is going to have much more leverage than you. You guys know, you battle in the corner.
Yeah.
You got to get in there and you got to dig and you got to use your body and you got to lower your hands a little bit on the stick to get better strength on that button.
You got that size.
And yes, and then use your use it, but it's got to come from within. That's a grit that you have it or you don't.
Or you don't.
Yeah. And you know what? You got to have it if you want to play.
You know what?
Do you guys want to laugh? According to the NHL,
yes, we wanna laugh.
No, it's actually, that's why you have to watch the games and not only look at the stats. Yeah. According to the NHL website, Kirby Dach had 5 hits tonight, and Josh Anderson had 1.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense. Like,
we used to watch that all the
we
time,
joked in the third period. It says, is he gonna at least have a hit? Like, everybody's got a hit. Everybody's got some kind of a fight or a fist.
I didn't see the warm up, so maybe he hit somebody there. I don't know.
No,
but
he doesn't. There's no urgency in his game. There's no fight back. And it's 2 games now. And we're talking like tonight. Like Bolduc was out. I would have liked to see Bolduc in that kind of game, just to see what he had to offer.
He should be in a game like today.
Instead of Dach, so it'll be interesting to see how the team manages Dach, because obviously they want to give him a bit more ice time because he hasn't played that much lately because he was hurt. But how long is his rope now?
Not that long, because I know like Michigan and Denver are playing. It's 2-2. So if Michigan loses, Michael Hage.
Yeah, but now, okay.
You know what I mean?
Good point.
And I would probably slot him there on the third line, maybe. Kapanen had a really good chance, and he didn't play much. Like, you look at, Kapanen had 13 minutes. Demidov had 19. And who was it? Texier barely had 8 or 9. So that second line is really not a second line, but I would interchange maybe those 2 guys, but I'd see a Hage coming in and grabbing one of those spots.
When I see this in the chat, like, not fair, Dach wasn't bad. Well, okay, he wasn't bad. So what was his impact on the game? Like, what did...
Exactly.
Like, was he good? Okay, he wasn't bad. Was he good? Like, at one point, we need to stop. Like, we're going to use again the same thing? Like, he's coming back from an injury. Let's give him a few games. Like, come on. Yeah. Like, let's move on at one point. So basically, with Age, you're saying there's one spot left. Like, I like the lineup tonight. I think that's the type of lineup I like.
I take Dach out.
Is it one spot for Dach, Bolduc, Galley, and Age?
I think so. Yeah.
So you keep Villeneuve?
Just to start. Yeah. Villeneuve fought 2 guys at the same time tonight.
Yeah, I like to see him go ahead again.
Well, one of them was the referee, but Villeneuve brings that speed, and he had a great chance again to score.
That's right. Can't buy a goal, huh?
Can't buy a goal.
Buy one.
But you never know, in the playoffs he might get it. But he plays the right way. He plays honest. Like, he goes hard. He drives hard, and his speed is really helping out. Fourth line to give that energy. I'd like to keep him there for sure. Instead of Galley, no disrespect, but Dach, I need more emotion out of it, and I'm not seeing it. Like, I think he doesn't get, like, you're so close to the playoff, and right now they're trying to give you a chance to evaluate yourself and just go out there and play hard, but he's not doing it.
No.
He's not doing it. And, there's a Xhekaj that's going to come in. I think he's going to get the shot, but we'll see how that goes.
Well, you had 5 hits tonight, according to NHL.com.
That's
a good point. That's a really good point.
Yeah, there you go.
Seriously, it annoys me when you see Perry going after Hudson for a full TV timeout, and then you got him in the corner, Point is next to him, and another player. And like just do something. But push him.
Yeah, but maybe with the dark visor, he doesn't see what's going on, too.
I think he's got great skills, but for me, like we've talked about Gallagher a lot, I think I'd rather have Gallagher in the lineup.
I agree.
Galley would have been there all over with everybody tonight. That's
he would have caused a lot of trouble. That's for sure.
Yeah. It's just the speed factor.
You know what, guys? To me, it's not our first dance with it. It's nothing against the guy, but that guy, he comes back. It's the same story. He shows up one good game. You don't see him for 4 or 5 games. Then we want him more out of it. Then he'll play a good game. We all played with guys like that, and then it's not only been this year. It's like last year and the year before. There's a pattern to it. It's like you said, it's got to come in within. And he never had to play that game. Like he coming out of junior, he was a really high pick, offensive guy. Goes to Chicago, like a young team, gets hurt again. Then Montreal, he's put in situation with a lot of rope that he can make mistake. He's got ice time offensively, but now it's not the role anymore. There's not that.
And the thing
role available to him, so he's got to adapt. And it seems that he cannot get the next step to fill into that role to be effective and be physical and compete because he has to. Because we
have more depth now, which we didn't have a little while ago, a couple of years or so. We were building guys up, and now with Texier back, and he's back in the lineup, and maybe Balduc, whatever. There's guys that can come in there, and like I said, you get a certain time, when you get that chance, you got to take it.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be fancy and try to score a great goal. Just got to work your ass off and just grind, like the first couple of games, just get your game back, get your legs, and do stuff like that. Do the simple things. Just play and stay in the lineup, and I don't know.
Just realize what's at stake.
They don't get it.
Yeah, just realize what's at stake. And Montreal Canadiens fan, this is actually good news. It is good news because Sergio just mentioned this is a luxury that we have. Canadiens won 10 of the last 11 games. Like it's awesome. It's great. We're nitpicking a bit because you want the best possible
of course. You want to win the cup.
Lineup. Yes, exactly. And that's the one guy. If you can't get up, game 79. The season's on the line to get home ice advantage against maybe one of the better arch rival, which is the Tampa Bay Lightning, a great team.
The Prime Minister's in the stand.
Everybody's there. Mr. Caufield's there too. So it's just if you can't get up to really get motivated and just crack somebody in the corner somewhere, that's the thing. We just want to see something out of it, some emotion, and we're not seeing it. Is he still hurt or whatever it is? But that's your opportunity. But don't complain after if you're not playing. And that's what's getting to us.
One thing,
players.
you remember, in 2020 when they went to the finals, I felt like that line Dandenault, Leclaire, and Gallagher was good. So we know Gallagher and Dandenault, it works normally in the playoffs. Right now, New York is with Dandenault. He reminds me a little bit of Leclaire, right? Speed, good on the forecheck, can score a goal once in a while.
Yes.
I feel like we could build the same type of line. And I would trust this line against any line in the NHL, even if they're slower, but they're smart and they play hard, right? I feel like as much as I'm not sure about Gallagher, I feel like with Dandenault and Newhook, that might be a new type of line that might have success in the playoffs.
I like the speed of Newhook. He's going to help out that line because it's a slow line, if not in a way. But Newhook can help out a lot, especially defensively to get back, or even offensively to jump up in the play. Just be that first guy on that defenseman. Try to corner him, angle him off to stay on the same side, so you can really create that hard forecheck. It could be something. It could be something for sure. But, we just wish it was Dach with that big size and skill and stuff. But, I think Gallagher, for that chippy type of game, it could help out in the playoff for sure.
I think it's going to be like Balduc is going to get another chance.
You think so?
I hope for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. There's 3 games left.
Because he can skate.
Yeah.
And he's got to do it as well. He just got to play like a Leckanen game, up and down, and just get involved and go to the net and cause havoc and score on rebounds and
before the
Texier
and Dach came back, he maybe had one bad game before that, but then he was pretty good on that line with Anderson and Evans. I thought that third line, if we can say, was they're not going to be perfect every night, but I thought he was he got better as the game went on, as the season went on this year, and we all talk about looking towards the future and giving them experience too. He's gonna be part of that future as well. So right now, like, so I'd rather have and then test my get my chances with a guy like Bolduc instead of a guy like Dach. That Dandy, you mentioned it several times, and you're right that he doesn't have a contract. Bolduc is a young guy. He's going to be important in the organization. He's got that shot factor. He can skate. He'll hit. He hits hard. Might as well take a chance on it. Hopefully, he gets some momentum. But it's getting late though
for testing. Like
no, but it's not. We're testing Dach too now, and it doesn't. He's not going to be worse than Dach.
I remember playing on different lines as a winger, right? I was playing in St. Louis. I ended up playing with Peter Zezel. Remember Peter Zezel?
Yeah. Number 25.
He was a pretty straightforward centerman, like two-way. It was fun. He was good to play with because he was responsible at his own end. He was good on faceoffs. And when you would come up the ice together, if you would give me the puck on the wing and the defense would cut me off at the blue line, I knew that I either could give it to him or I could just chip it off, and he would go get it. It was just automatic. And then when he would get it, I go right to the front of the net. I didn't have to look. I knew he was going to throw it to the net or throw it behind the net, and then I'd be there. So you have these automatics when you play with guys. It's just, and then you start the rotation and this and that. Then I ended up playing with Brett Hall and Adam Oates, which in one way was a blessing but also a curse, because now you're playing with different players. And you start thinking, okay, I always got to give it Adam because he's got to set up Brett. And it changes your game a little bit, because with Adam, he wanted to carry the puck up the ice, and he wanted to gain the zone and wait for the late guy, which was Brett, or he'd hit him up ahead and he'd go down and take the shot. So I had to find where am I going to play? Because it's not always a game where it's a dump in and I get to hit people and play that role. And I started to play a little bit fancy, give it to them, and back passing and stuff like that. And all of a sudden, I wasn't playing well because it wasn't my game, per se. I can make some plays and handle it, play with those guys, but then you end up changing your game. I think what Bolduc thinks he can do too much with the puck. Yeah. It kind of changes his game, which he has the skill, which is great. But you still got to play your identity. And then I knew I give it to Adam, and as soon as he gets the line, I went right to the front of the net. I backed up the D, gave them room to make their plays. When there was a shot coming, if Brett didn't score on the first shot, I'd be there for the rebound. Or if they had to chip it in the corner, I'd be in the corner, getting the puck, winning the battle, getting it back to Adam so he can set up Brett again. Then I found, okay, this is how I have to play with this line. With the other center, I had to play differently. But I couldn't change my game. And that's the thing that you got to do. You got to still play your game no matter who you play with. You figure out how to do it. That's how he has to do it.
You're so right, but it's tough to do for a guy like Bolduc because during his junior career, he was the go-to guy to score goals. So that means he was playing with people that were giving him the puck, right? I feel like if you look at his role, he's supposed to be. You look at St. Louis, for example. When he was in St. Louis, he was always high slot, getting the puck, one-timing it, or shooting, taking a good shot. He was the destination for the puck. Now he wants to be F1, like you said, because he's on the third and fourth line. He wants to be first in there and throw a hit. But when he gets the puck, then he becomes a passer. But his number one role, his whole career, was to be a shooter. I feel like now he's not himself, and there's no room for him to be on the top six. So, you're right. But
you got to adapt.
Yeah, but what is he supposed to do in this case if he doesn't have it?
Yeah, well, if you don't, then you're always finding yourself in and out of the lineup. Yep. Eventually, you earned yourself as a role player. So did you. Yep. You played forward, you played defense, you played the wing, either right or left. If you don't adapt, man, you don't play long. You want to play a long career, you got to figure out where you're going to play at that level. Junior, we were all we could score in junior because we could do more than other kids. Yeah. We were bigger, or we were faster, or whatever we were. But in the NHL, it's a damn good league. So you have to figure out what's your game, man. What do you got to do? I knew I had to get the puck along the boards and get it out of the zone. And I knew I had to hit, and I had to be in front of the net and protect my teammates. Those things I had to do. If I didn't do them, I was gone.
And I think on that third line, the Canadians have somewhat of a luxury that they can put a new hook, they can put a Texier. Somebody they could put the puck in the net. I mean, they'll have that forecheck with Anderson and Evans being their face, but that left winger, I mean, he's got skill. Texier can really protect the puck and make some plays offensively.
He plays a heavy game without being tough.
Yeah, exactly. And I think you'll need that in the playoffs to have that third line that can grind you, but at the same time, they can be a scoring threat also. And I think that's what they're looking at. And Bolduc hasn't scored in so many games. Like it's been tough. They gave him the ice time. They gave him some opportunities, but now they're looking at their lineup and they're like, you know what? Might as well put somebody that has a bit more offensive upstart than Bolduc, and that's what I'm worried about. If he's not going to play in the playoff, it'll be for one of those reasons.
14 minutes left for the game. Denver against Michigan. It's 2-2 right now, so I hope Michigan wins, but also hope Michael Age arrives quickly.
Hope they lose.
but talking about Michael Age, like, what's the perfect scenario in this case? Like, is he gonna get a real test as soon as he's here? Like, he's a young player. We've seen it so many different ways, but Cole Caufield in 2020 arrived. He played big minutes right away. They went all the way to the Cup Finals, right?
Yeah.
I believe so. Yeah.
He played 2 games.
Yeah, but he did play 10 games in Laval too. Like, he came in early.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of a leverage that he get used to it, and it'll be more the case like Demidov, and see how do you deal with that with a really short time to adjust. But again, like, sometimes when you're playing like in that level at college, you're playing really important games. You're really at a high level.
You're confident.
So you're confident. You're the best of your team. Like, you always have the puck. There's a certain confidence to your game. Sometimes it helps those young guys to come in, and then they don't. It's not being, can you say naive in English? Yeah, that, like, you don't realize how big the stage is. You just keep playing because you have a rhythm in your game. That's something that could happen with him. But you know what? Like, we've been talking about all those lines, and like we're cherry picking. Might as well throw him in the mix if he's here, and then let's see what he can do.
I
and
agree.
Is he gonna start center? Because there's a lot of responsibility. Again, in the zone with the way Montreal plays, it's not that big of a deal because everybody plays every position. But at the wing, maybe I don't know how. But I think they're gonna give him a look.
I feel like if you want to start a young guy at this time of the year,
play him in this position.
You don't start with like a curveball right away and go on the wall and play one-on-one battles. Like, I feel like the toughest thing as a centerman is that your game is always keeping your speed and trying to get the puck in that pocket, right? Mm-hmm. But on the wing, most of the time you're stopped. So starting from 0 to 100 is tougher than, let's say, 50 to 100 or 75 to 100. And I feel like most of your game you play with momentum. But as a winger, sometimes, like Sergio, you played the game. Sometimes it's long, man. The puck doesn't come out your side like for 30 minutes. Like, you're not involved in the game, right? Like, I feel like for him, he needs to play at center, but it's going to be a tough matchup for him to win draws, because in the playoffs against good teams, that's you might have to change when it's a D zone face off.
If you want to give him some ice time, you have to start him on the third line and put some guys responsible defensively with him. And
personally, I think Suzuki is going to.
I'm not at playoffs yet. I'm for the last couple of games this season.
We're just talking, but I think Suzuki is going to have obviously a big mission against a good line. Then you have either Danault or Evans against the first or second line.
Yeah.
Okay, and then I don't care having again Evans or Danault against the third line.
Sure.
So just play the young kids whenever you want to play them. Like, the Demidov is going to have his ice time on the power play anyways. Play him with age. I don't care.
Yeah.
Right. Might as well have the best check-in line in the league not in the league, but a really good check-in line with Evans, Kapanen, and Anderson, for example.
And I think, like we mentioned it last game, I mean, the Philadelphia Porter Martone, 6 points in 6 games, and he's a year younger than age. Same amount of points that they had both in college this year. I mean, it's another example.
A bit bigger guy, though.
Yeah,
maybe.
a little bit bigger guy for sure, but this guy's skilled, and he had a lot more points in the World Juniors. Like, he's proved it. He got a lot of points. He got 15 points in 7 games. Like, playing against the best 20-year-olds in the world. So you have to give him a shot. Yeah. And he's a year older, and he's ready. He's ready to come. So I would absolutely give him that ice time. And if unfortunately they lose tonight, then you get him a bit earlier.
Ryan Leonard did it last year in Washington, if my memory is right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, he was good in the playoff. Obviously, he wasn't dominating, but he wasn't like, he was there, like, doing his role and doing his job, and he wasn't like every time he's on the ice that they were stuck in their own zone in Washington.
And the league is different than it was. Like, it's a young league now. Guys come in, and you see really, like, young guys that probably age played at the college level, having importing roles within AHL team as far as like 2 years ago or a year ago. So like they're capable to come in and like play a good game, and they'll sometimes it's really motivating, and he's gonna come in a really good team. It's not like you come in the NHL and like you're like on a shitty team. Like there's good players around him. It's Montreal's in top 10 league in the league. They're one of the hottest. Yeah. They're gonna bring him in, and they can and it's Marty St. Louis is gonna manage his ice time. If he does well, give him some ice time. If he doesn't do well, well then he can protect him as well. So it's
and I feel like there's
a win-win.
Go by game by game.
That's another thing to get the home ice a little bit. That would help him as well.
You're right.
Yeah.
But probably Age gonna have a better chance to have good ice time if we win more games until the end of the year. Last question of the night for me, talking about the lineup, is let's start with Dandy because he's a defenseman.
What?
Legendary defenseman that won 3 Stanley Cups with the Detroit Red Wings.
No way!
You said the name.
And look at that arm. Look at that right arm. Are you getting a vaccine tomorrow?
Yeah. I never seen a guy displaying his biceps that much.
I mean,
like, who are you, Belichick?
Look at this guy.
Wow.
Well, I'm in Gilbert's seat.
No, but you want me to cut your sleeves? We can cut your sleeves if you want. Would you?
Is this a small?
Do you want to do push-ups before?
Does it come in a mesh style?
Okay, Mr. Bicep. I want to know, what are we gonna do on D? Because Carrier is out right now and Goulet is out. We know Ekstrom is easy to kick out.
Yes,
right?
yes, for sure.
What's next after this?
I think Goulet. He's going to come back, and obviously Carrier is going to be. Carrier should be there for the start of the playoff. Even if you're somewhat a little bit injured, they want him. They don't want Ekstrom in the lineup. No way. Oh, are you serious?
Yes.
Is this happening?
wow.
I've never done that ever. Yeah. By the way,
That's a new T-shirt.
yes,
It's a new shirt.
This is abuse.
No,
Like,
look
come
at this
on.
now.
Oh my god.
Oh wow! Look at that arm.
What? Oh no, just the one arm. Just the one arm. Sylvester Stallone.
It's spectacular.
What is that arm wrestling one?
Spectacular.
What's that show? Anyway, but
Good work,
I
Max.
feel weird. Yeah, people take me seriously now. Yeah, all right. But no, for the D, I think Carrier is going to come back. Carrier is going to come back in Goulet, and I think they'll be all set on the third match. I like Xhekaj. I do like Xhekaj.
But now it's tough.
Yeah, so
it's probably the
All right,
worst.
can you play 7 then? 7 Ds?
No, we're missing. Oh,
There's so many forwards. Like, it's probably the worst matchup to confuse everyone. Because if you weren't playing a tough team like Tampa or Buffalo, Xhekaj would be out of the equation, I think.
True. Yeah.
Because Troubaud played really well lately. But now,
wait. I mean, like, I know people are gonna go nuts on the chat again, but you could put him on the fourth line, Max.
No one's going to complain if they win the first game.
You could put him on the fourth line.
You know, and then it depends how they go from there.
It could happen.
No, he won't.
He won't. But at the same time, I think depending how Carrier is, I think they're very comfortable having Xhekaj there, playing his 8-9 minutes, and I think he'll do well. He'll do well. He did well against Tampa. I mean, it's a fast team. And he didn't look out of place at all. And he had a really significant role tonight again. Just his presence of being out there is very important. But I think Goulet being there is going to help out too. And that's his type of game to go, some hits. Are you guys taking me seriously?
Because the chat.
You're just staring at my arm.
I'm looking at your eyes.
People are really impressed with your veins.
No, yes. Yeah. No sugar, people.
We had
4 months, no sugar.
We had donuts, by the way, tonight.
Yeah.
And
you did not.
No donuts.
Donuts were good.
You're good.
Where were they from, the donuts?
You were like the White Goodman in dodgeball. Like you have like electric shock. And
the other day, it was the other guy.
Buzz yourself. You want it. Yes. That was weird, but it works, buddy. Whatever flies your boat.
Donuts were good, man.
Donuts were amazing. Yeah. Hey, we didn't talk about Dobesh again tonight.
Okay, it's your turn. Goalie time. Mr. wanted attention.
No, but quickly.
Go ahead.
Enough about me. Let's talk about me.
Yeah, let's talk about you again.
No, but just quickly that he's had like little like 2 under the radar wins. The one in Florida, he made some good saves when he had to. Wasn't that busy. And tonight again, I thought in the third period, like the first couple periods, didn't have to do too much. Like I thought Montreal played really, really well the first 40 minutes defensively. In the third period, a couple of turnovers. The guys reacted well to it. But again, a big save on the penalty killing late in the third period. And then,
It was good.
you know what? You win a big game again. So it's, to me, like he makes the difference when it counts. I like that too. When he's not that busy, he's capable of coming in with a big save when it matters the most. So yeah, that's all I have to say. Like,
know what was
and it's consistency. You keep
Yeah.
seeing like he's not.
He wins
he's
all
not-
the time.
He wins all the time.
Yes.
So that's it.
You know what impressed me the most, Sergio, tonight is we talk about his maturity at the beginning of the year, and tonight was the type of game where he could have been like all over the place because of the passion in the game, and like they touched him a few times. Xhekaj fell on him. Like there was a lot of trash talk, and he was just calm. Like normally he gets involved in that type of shit. Not tonight.
He did have a one play where he made
One
a
play,
stop
yeah.
and
Yeah.
just kind of like showed the puck. I don't know who
You
it
know
was.
what? He's gonna do that until somebody like Corey Perry just slashes him on the forearm. Said, you know what? Next
Shut
time
the
I'll
heck
just keep it there and skate away.
But that's confidence. Little
Yeah.
cockiness, but confidence.
Yeah.
That's
But you
good.
need
Yeah,
the
no,
fine line. There's
yeah.
a fine line in between, and as far as he's just like
I tell you
stays
what.
calm in front of his net.
We won-
Unbelievable arm dandy, by the way.
We won the Stanley Cup on a play like that. It was Patrick
When you
in
say
Colorado.
we, when you say we, was you?
I'm
and your
not mentioning the team.
You and your
I'm not
bicep.
mentioning- Over the top. Thank you. Over the top was the name of the
Thank you,
Sylvester
Mr.
Stallone.
Oh, yeah,
Belichick.
when he showed the puck and then it went in the net or something?
Well, no, yeah, he went to Statue of Liberty, and
Yeah,
the puck
yeah.
was there, and then we poked it
He
in.
has way more veins
Yeah.
in his arm than I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
But like, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Follow the program. Let's go.
No,
It's time. We're starting.
Can't.
We're
Now we
starting.
feel bad whenever we eat something. Your dandy just looks at it.
We
like,
have
you
the-
should not do
Hey.
that.
We have a nickname, the food police. The food police. Hey, yeah. Small, I had a donut tonight. Here we go. Donut alert. Donut alert.
You do not do that.
Come on, guys.
now.
Sir, please step away from the donuts. You already had two, Mr. Leclaire.
Not good. But they're so good.
I'm going to call you chocolate.
No means
Claire.
no.
No means no. No means try harder.
All right, Bet365 has a message for us, boys. Tired of waiting for the end of the game to get paid, ready to move on to the next puck drop? That's why Bet365, an official partner of the NHL, has 3-goal early payout. If the team you're riding goes up 3 goals at any point in the game, they'll pay your bet out early. Hockey moves fast, and now with 3 goals early payout, there's one less thing you have to wait around for. Bet365, don't forget to download the app and see what early payouts all about. Must be 19 or older. Please play responsibly. Tonight, we're going to discuss a little bit with what we're seeing in the NHL right now, the Jack Adams. Who could win the Jack Adams? And we got Lindy Ruff at 1.28. Marty St. Louis, his number at 26 times. Rick Bowness, 76. Jared Bednar 101, and he's first in the NHL. That's I don't know if that's a risky bet or not, but he's got a pretty good team. And then not on the visual, but we got John Hines at 101. We got John Cooper 360. We got Rob Brandamore at 101. Dan Muse in Pittsburgh is a good choice with 21 times your bet. Joel Kenville 101 and Marco Sturm 101. Man, like Sergio, like I feel like Bednar at 101 time your bet, like he's first in the NHL. Isn't that a good bet? No.
I mean, I don't think he's going to get it because why? Because the team is so good and he's supposed to be number one in the league because of his players. I mean, I don't know. I could see why Lindy Ruff is there. They've had an incredible season. I don't think people saw them this good, I guess, at this time. I mean, they made some moves and, they got better, got bigger. So
They fired a GM, and they became great.
Yeah,
That's
fired
weird.
a GM, not the coach.
Yeah.
GM Lindy Ruff back again.
Yeah.
Used to call him what they call him, Ruff at home and Lindy on the road.
Michigan just scored.
I think Simon's having a heart attack.
I know.
Simon, like
He's freaking out.
everyone has a phone in 2026. Like 3-2 Michigan with
8 minutes, 27.
left.
Yeah.
But what was that? What were we talking about that last game or the game before that? You have to at least they don't make the decision unless you win at least 2 playoff rounds or something like that for the coach of the year. Like you have to show a little bit in the playoffs as well.
Yeah, I think they vote in the playoff, right?
Yeah. After this, like you have to go at least 2 rounds. So who's going there?
Well, I think
Well,
at,
you look,
at
even-
128, it's not much of a bet. I like Martin St. Louis at.
You know what?
26.
Like like we're joking
Yeah.
around like a few weeks ago,
26.
I'll
but
put 20 on St. Louis and I'll put 100 on Lindy.
guys, Marty St. Louis,
You got that type of cash.
Habs are 5th in the
Canadian.
league.
Yes.
2 points away from 2nd.
Yeah. So, I like Martin.
Martin. I think Martin. Martin might be a good choice.
Yeah, with
It's
26
Martin.
time. Yeah,
This is
because
an English
No,
show.
no, it's Martin.
Martin.
you're pretty much in the same
Yeah,
situation.
by the way, someone on the chat brought up a good point. They're like, how come there's 3 French guys with an accent and Sergio, and he says Bolduc and we say Bolduc? They're just all-
shoot.
You're right. You're right.
I didn't even
Actually,
notice that.
Bolduc, tabarnak.
Chris Nyland says Beloy.
Boulogne?
Beloy. Yeah, you can't say Beloy. It's Beloy.
Ah, Beloy.
Nice.
Yeah, Beloy. All the time.
All right. Okay, my pick would be Saint Louis.
Yeah.
Saint Louis, Martin.
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 Well, you know what? He's in the pretty much same position as Lindy Ruff. It's 26 times better than Lindy Ruff. Might as well. They're both really young teams. They both weren't really that expected to be that good. You know, they're
I
gonna
think
be,
the Canadians were expected to be a bit better because they made the playoffs last year, but Buffalo.
you know, but they
nobody saw
weren't supposed to be in that
Buffalo.
top
No,
tier
it's-
Yeah,
of
but
the
I-
league.
I
So
can't pick 2, right? I
Yeah,
can't put.
go with 2. You want 2
No,
choices?
I put 100 on Lindy Ruff and a 20 on St. Louis, covering my bets.
That's good as well.
Did you say John Cooper at 360? He's never won. He's got
He's never won.
He's
No,
never won.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
And they had a whole bunch of injuries. If they finish well, that could be a. Do you want to put 10 on John Cooper too?
All right, guys. First of all, thanks for watching. We love spending our nights with you guys. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow us on our platforms, whatever it's Instagram, X, Facebook, because we're going to need to communicate a few things to you guys during the playoffs, obviously. We're going to have a post-game show on Sunday, a post-game show on Tuesday. Then this is the end of the season. For us, there's a different schedule in the playoffs. We're going to be the next day. We're going to try, we're going to communicate the times, obviously, and everything. But if you want to keep up with the great show, just follow us and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you again for watching tonight. We'll see you on Sunday. Hockey with an Accent was presented by Molson.